My dear brothers and sisters in the risen Lord, ordinary time, week 4, day Friday. Christians and the camels receive their burdens kneeling. Josephus, the Jewish historian of the first century, relates the story of the begetting of John the Baptist in his book, The Antiquities. He further narrated the fatal destruction of the army of Herod in the war with Aretas, king of Persia, whose daughter was Herod's wife, and whom he had put away, making way for Herodias. The Jews looked upon this defeat of Herod as God's just punishment of Herod for beheading John the Baptist. Later, Herod, urged by Herodias, had dislodged the Roman emperor, and as a punishment he was deprived of his kingdom and exiled to Lyons in France, and Herodias accompanied him. Lastly, this daughter of Herodias, who asked and got the head of John the Baptist on a platter, lost her head in an accident. While she was traveling on ice in winter, the ice broke and she slipped in up to her neck, which was cut through by the sharpness of the ice. In strange but just ways, divine providence demand account of the blood of the martyrs from their knees. In today's gospel, we heard about the death of John the Baptist. He was arrested while he was still preaching and baptizing people. It is calculated that he was imprisoned for a year and a half before she was put to death. He was a great prophet. Let us note 1. John the Baptist was faithful to his duties. John died not while professing his faith, but while performing his duty. He rebuked Herod for his illegal and sinful marriage with Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. She was not a widow, for Philip was still alive. John the Baptist openly, directly, and fearlessly condemned Herod for his sins. Herod was incensed, and more so Herodias, who was implacable revenge thirsted after John's blood. When an opportunity came by the way of the drunken oath of Herod on his birthday, she seized it and asked and got the head of John the Baptist. John was put to death in the night, for it was during a great supper that Herodias' daughter danced. It was done in the prison itself, which is not the usual place of execution. The voice of a great prophet was silenced most ruthlessly, unjustly, and viciously in the darkness of the prison cell. Second, John the Baptist's legacy. Jesus was the forerunner of the Messiah. He was the voice, as predicted by the prophet Isaiah, crying in the wilderness. His purpose was to make the way straight for the coming of Messiah. When John's disciples heard about his death, they went and took his body and buried it. God's servants must be respected not only in their life, but also after their death in their bodies and memories. After John's death, his disciples came and informed Jesus about it, not only to get comfort from him, but also to seek admittance as his disciples long back Jesus directed his disciples to Christ, but some still clung to him because of their old loyalty and affection to their old master. When he died, they buried him and went to Christ. May God bless you all. Amen.